Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Nama om Vishnu padaya Krishna preshtaya bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I welcome all the devotees for today's Bhakti Shastri class. We have completed Bhagavad Gita in 3 parts, that is Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Next we continue to Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And now we are continuing to Ishopanishad. And next one more book, that is the Upadeshamrita or Nectar of Instruction. So totally 4 books has to be completed. We are in the 3rd book now. This is the Upanishad. It is one among the 108 Upanishad. It is a prominent Upanishad. Because this Upanishad starts with the word Isha, it is called as Ishopanishad. The first mantra is Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. So that's why its name has become Ishopanishad. Now let us see what Prabhupada has given in this book. Shri Shri Radha Govind ki jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hope everyone has got this book. This is very important. So there are totally...
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you. So totally there are 18 shloka in this book. It's a very small book as compared to Bhagavad Gita or Nectar of Devotion. Yeah, Nectar of Devotion. And we are continuing like this. There are 6 lessons together. That is 6 hours, 6 days we have to take, 6 sessions. Some of the sessions I may take more, that is 4th and 5th may need 2 sessions. So nearly 8 sessions may be needed to complete this book. So today is the introduction, and next class we'll start with the invocation. The actual first shloka or mantra will begin on the 3rd day. Today is the introduction to Upanishad. Now, what is the need for learning this Upanishad? What are the Vedas? Upanishads are the parts of Veda. And there are 3 pramana or proof. They are called as Pratiksha Pramana, Anumana Pramana and Sabda Pramana. We want to know the truth, or we want to get the knowledge through which we can come out of the ignorance. We all are born with the ignorance. We don't know from where we have come, where we are going, what is the cause of my suffering, why I am here. All these questions are not answered unless we inquire about it. Now, by default, everyone knows that there is something called as Veda, and it has everything. But hardly somebody goes to Veda and tries to understand what is given in Veda or what is actually Veda means. The word Veda means knowledge. In Sanskrit, Vidwan. Vidwan means one who has the knowledge. That is Veda. That is a broad understanding of Veda, the word Veda. It means any knowledge which will give us some enlightenment. It all can come under the word Veda. It may be there are mainly 4 Vedas, that is Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Atharvana Veda, and Sama Veda. Apart from that, there are Upavedas, that is the Ayurveda, Jyotirveda, Dhanurveda. All these are Upaveda. And apart from that, there are many other sources of knowledge. These all can come under one heading, that is Veda. It's a collection of all the knowledge. So that is a broad understanding of Veda. Then there is also a specific understanding of Veda. To be more specific, Veda means the original Veda, and that is derived from the Veda. That is Purana, Itihasa, and Upanishads, the Pancharatra. All these can come under Veda. To be more specific, that means if you are even more specific, means only 4 Vedas are the Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Atharvana Veda, and Samaveda. So in this way, the word Veda can be understood in so many ways. Now, what are the Vedas? In Veda, there are 4 divisions again. That means apart from the 4 kinds of Veda, there are 4 divisions of Veda. The beginning is called as Samhitas. Samhita means the brahmacharis, they learn during their period of learning. They are called as Samhitas. And in the Grahastha the people will follow the part of the Veda which is called as Brahmanas. And in the Vanaprastha, the people, what they follow is the Aranyakas. And finally 4th stage, that is in the Sannyasa, it is the Upanishads. So every Veda, it may be Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Atharvana Veda, or Sama Veda. Within that, there are 4 categories. That is Samhitas, Aranyakas, Brahmana, Aranyaka, and Upanishad. Now, what is the purpose of Veda? Vedeshta sarvair ahameva vedyaha. Krishna has told this in the Bhagavad Gita. From all the Vedas, I am to be known. That is the ultimate purpose of Veda. But Veda, for a common man, it gives so many other results also. Basically, Veda, why people study Veda is to achieve 4 kinds of Purushartha. That is Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. One has to perform his activities based on the instructions given in the Vedas. Veda has come along with the creation. Whenever you buy a mobile phone or a AC or a fridge or a fan, you will get a manual along with that. And in that manual, it is told how to use this device and how not to use it. What is to be done and what is not to be done. That is the explanation given in the manual. Now, if you want to know how we have to live in this world and why, how we should not live, and what is to be done, what is not to be done, what is binding, what is liberating. If you want to know all these things, then it is the Veda which will instruct us. By following this Veda, we will be following, or we will be walking on the path of Dharma. That is the following of Dharma. And whenever we follow Dharma, we get Artha. Artha means whatever we need for our livelihood. Artha can, one sense, it is money or wealth. It may be in the form of house, the land, the cows, the water, the rain, the sunlight, the air, the pure air, all the facilities that is needed for a human being to live peacefully. These all are coming under Artha. As we have heard in Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, Devanya, whenever we satisfy the Devatas, the Devatas will become satisfied and they will give us everything, whatever we need. When we do sacrifice to Indra, Indra gives us rain. Like this, by satisfying the Devatas, we can get the all benefits that is needed. That is getting the Artha. And when we get the Artha, our Kama gets fulfilled. Kama means all kinds of desires that we have in our life. The main desire is to get the food, clothing, shelter, all these things are fulfilled, basic necessities of life by the nature itself. Why? Because you have performed Dharma. That is the 3rd Purushartha, Dharma, Artha and Kama. Then finally, the person, when he is getting frustrated with this, that means frustrated in the sense, the real happiness we can't get with whatever amount of material things, possessions we may have. It will not satisfy us completely. The soul doesn't get completely satisfied. The soul is satisfied only when it is coming in touch with the Lord. Just like for a small child, you can give anything, but it will not get satisfied unless you keep the child on the lap of its mother. Similarly, the person, when he enjoys this Dharma, Artha and Kama, finally he understands that this is all not permanent. I have to die one day. I have to give up all these things. So he turns towards the moksha. These are the 4 kinds of Purushartha, Chaturvida Purushartha, that we get from the Vedas, Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. So when we get these things from the Vedas, so if you see Samhitas, Brahmanas, Aranyakas, these are the things by following which we can get the Chaturvida Purushartha. And when we come to the Moksha stage, there we get the knowledge that this material world is temporary. We cannot live here permanently. These things are explained in the Upanishad portion of the Vedas. That's why Upanishads are called as crown jewel of Vedas. If we are calling Vedanta, Vedanta means it is the summary or it is the conclusion of all the Veda. If you are following the Veda properly, then you should be able to understand the instructions in the Upanishads. And the conclusion of Upanishad, Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gita Amritam Mahat. That is given in Bhagavad Gita. And the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita is Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Moksha Ishyami Mashuchaha Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Mame Vaishis Satyam Te Pratijamine Priyosime. So that is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. We have to perform devotion to Krishna. And where Bhagavad Gita ends, Srimad Bhagavatam begins. Dharma Brojita Kaitavotra Paramo Nirmatsaranam Satam Vedyam Vastavamatra Vastu Shivadam Tapatrayon Mularam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamani Krite Kimva Paririshwaraha Sadyo Hridyavaruddyatetra Kritibihi Shushrushabi Chakshana. Dharma Projita Kaitavotra, that is, Bhagavatam rejects all kinds of dharma which is temporary or which is cheating. Cheating in the sense it will keep us in this material world only. It will keep us come again and again, birth after birth. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. So now this Upanishads, we are going to enter into this place. In this, whatever we are studying here, it looks like a beginning study. That means it will only take you up to the impersonal understanding, unless you study it from a devotee. If you are only taking to the shloka, meaning of the shloka, it will only tell about the non-permanent nature of this material world and some glimpses of the spiritual world it will give. So there is the beginning of spiritual life is the Upanishads. Now let us come to the comparison of Veda with the modern science. Veda is the knowledge and it is a science. And we have, in modern society, we have the science. Now, what is the difference? That is given here as pramana or proof. There are three types of proof: pratyaksha, anumana, and Sabda Pramana. Anything you want to know, you can understand it through these three means. Pratyaksha means whatever comes to my sense perception. I can see something, so I believe it. I can hear something, so I believe it. I can taste, so I trust in that. That is Pratyaksha Pramana. Whatever I see, I can see the people in front of me, so I can believe that the existence of that person. I can speak to that person, so I can believe that he is existing. That is Pratyaksha Pramana. Then Anumana Pramana means it is some hypothesis. We cannot see it, but still I can make out its existence, or I can get some knowledge by the effect that it makes. We cannot see the electrons. They are not visible. But I can understand the presence of electrons whenever a electric appliance can work. Just like if you want to see whether power is there or not, you can switch on the fan, you can switch on the light. Then you can see the fan rotating, or you can see the light is giving the glow. It means that there is electron, there is a charge. You cannot see the electrons directly, but you can see the effect of that. That is Anumana Pramana. If there is some smoke, it is understood that there is fire. You can't see the fire, but still you can understand that there must be some fire, otherwise there can't be smoke. And Sabda Pramana means it is depending on some higher authority. I'm just hearing whatever somebody has told, and I'm putting all my faith on that person and taking that knowledge directly. That is called Sabda Pramana. So I can hear, I can see myself directly through my senses, or I can hypothesis by seeing the effect, just like the soul. The presence of the soul, it can't be understood by Pratyaksha. I can't see it. The soul cannot be seen because Keshagra Shatabhagasya Shatada Kalpitasya cha. If you divide the one small tip of the hair into 10,000 parts, the one part of it will be the size of the soul. It can't be seen. Even in the microscope also you can't see it. It's very, very small. Even if you are able to see also, the limitation of our seeing under microscope is, if you have them in good number, you can see. If there is only one soul in one heart, it can't be seen. If you are able to see, even if you see the microbians or very small nanomaterials in the microscope, that is possible only if you have them in good number also only. If there is only one particle like that, then it can't be seen because it is very, very small. And the soul is one body, there is one soul is present. So it is impossible. So that is the Anumana Pramana. The soul can be perceived by the consciousness. Any body in which the soul is present, there is consciousness. If the consciousness is not present, then we can say there is no soul. That is Anumana Pramana. Now, Sabda Pramana means we are hearing from Veda, Upanishads, Purana, and Brahma Sutra. All these things we are hearing. We have not seen. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Dehi nosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara prapti dhiras tatra namuhyati. The person, as he changes his body from childhood to youth, youth to old age, similarly he will get another body. But we have not seen getting another body. We have only seen the person losing the body, but we have not seen getting another body. But how do we understand? It is by Sabda Pramana. Another example, you can say gold. Our parents have told us this is gold. Some yellowish glittering material, which is a metal. It is called as gold. And hardly we have gone into laboratory and checked it. What is the quality and what is the property of a gold? Is it really gold? I have not checked it because I have heard it from someone. I accepted it. That is the Sabda Pramana. So these are the three types of Pramana. Now, which is the Pramana that can be accepted in all conditions? Can we accept Pratiksha to be the ultimate truth? That is not possible because we have so much of limitation. Our eyes are limited, our hearing capacity is limited, our smelling capacity, our tasting capacity, everything is having some limit. We can't see when it is dark, and we cannot see some kind of spectrum. Okay, you can only see within certain spectrum only. Different types of rays we cannot see, and you cannot hear all kinds of sound. Animals are there, they can hear better than us. Their senses are more powerful. The dog can smell better than us. That's why the police use dogs for investigation, because they can smell better and they can identify the culprit. They can find easily. So that is the capacity. So we have no capacity. We need some instrument to see the things. We need telescope, we need microscope. So Pratyaksha, it has limitation. I can't see beyond certain limit. I cannot grow my knowledge beyond certain limit. Then can you go for the Anumana Pramana, hypothesis? Can you just go on doing hypothesis on everything? That is also not possible, because the word Anumana itself means doubt. It is just a doubt. It may or may not be present. It may or may not be true. There is a smoke because of fire, but there may not be any fire at all. It may be somebody has created some effect, or there may be some chemical reaction is going on. Anything it can happen. So Anumana is not at all a proper proof, Pramana, for getting the knowledge, gaining the knowledge. Then what remains? It is the Shabda, which is the source of all the knowledge. That's why we call the Vedas as Shruti. Shruti means hear, Shravana or Shravanendriya, that is ear. Whenever we hear the knowledge from a authorized person, then our knowledge is perfect. We cannot do all kinds of experiment, but definitely we can sit and hear from someone. Then from that, we can get the knowledge of entire world. We can get the knowledge of our previous birth. We can get the knowledge of our present birth, our next birth, our karma, why I am here, what is the cause of my suffering, and how to get rid of this material world. Everything I can understand by this Shabda. It has lot of scope. But there is one thing that you have to learn. Hear from proper authority. Don't hear from unauthorized person. That's why Krishna has established the Guru Parampara. This Guru Parampara, through the Guru Parampara only, the disciplic succession only we have to hear. If it is not coming, if somebody is speaking who is not coming in the disciplic succession, then we should not hear from such people. Why? Because the knowledge is not perfect. Whenever we take admission to the school or college, we check whether that college is authorized by the government or not. If it is not authorized, then whatever degree we are getting at the end of the course, it will have no value. So you have to check the source. We are getting the knowledge from our guru, and that guru has another guru, and he has another guru. Like that, finally, it will reach Krishna. From Krishna, the knowledge has been given to Brahma. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaye Muhyanti Yatsurayaha, Srimad Bhagavatam says. And from Brahma Dev, it has given to Narada Muni. From Narada Muni, the knowledge is given to Vyasadev. From Vyasadev, it has given to many people. Shukadeva Goswami, Madhvacharya, all these people have received the knowledge. And through them, there are disciplic successions has come. And we should be very careful to accept the knowledge from this authorized means only. In our Bhagavad Gita also, there are 32 names are given, the names of disciplic succession, how it has come. So that is the most important thing we should understand. That is the Sabda Pramana. We should get the knowledge from Shabda. Now let us see this one by one. Sabda Pratiksha Pramana. If you go for a Pratiksha Pramana, then this may be the conclusion. This is the example generally given. If you are trying to understand the knowledge or gain the knowledge by your own sense perception, say there are few blind people who are trying to describe what is an elephant. They have never seen elephant in their life. They are blind by birth. So one person goes and holds the trunk and he says it's like a snake. And another person is holding the ivory and he's telling it's a arrow. Another person is holding the ear and he's telling it's like a fan. It's so big. Another person holding his stomach and telling it's like a big wall. And another person is holding the leg and it's like a big tree. And one more is holding his tail. It's a small rope. So who is correct? This is our understanding when we try to learn Vedas by ourselves. You can learn, we can see these kind of people in society. They say, oh, Veda, I know Veda. I learned this. In this Veda, this is given. By Veda, you can get this. You can do this. That is all okay. Whatever they understood is fine. It's little knowledge. But that is not the ultimate knowledge. It's like from an angle, you can get that vision. But from another angle, you will get another vision. But one who has seen the truth, Tattvadarshi, they only can give us the real understanding, the real knowledge. So Pratiksha Pramana is incomplete. Anumana Pramana is incomplete. Then what is the way we have to get? As Bhagavad Gita says in 4.2, Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu. This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession. So we should approach the knowledge through this disciplic succession. So finally, it will reach the Lord like this. Prabhupada's Guru, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, his Guru, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, his Guru, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, like that, it goes on. Then Narada Muni, Brahmadev, finally, Lord Krishna himself. So that is the way how we can get the ultimate knowledge. That is the knowledge. Now somebody may say that, oh, you people are blindly following the Vedas. How do you say that somebody has told it is truth? It's a fact. We are actually advanced science propagators. We are following the science. We have everything experimented in our laboratory. And we believe only that which is proved in the science. We don't say God. Because you people say everything for God. How rain comes, it's by God. How this world is present, it's by God. How the earth is rotating, it's by God. Who is holding it? It's God. You put God everywhere. That is not the very scientific or no rational thinking you don't have. So you put everywhere God, God. So this is not a perfect understanding. Somebody may criticize like that. But if you go to their life and observe what they are doing, they are also doing the same, what we are doing. When you take admission to the school, say for example, they are teaching you physics and they will make you to sit in the class and they teach you Newton's law of motion and they give some equations. Now what is your job? Learn that equation, write in the exam, get the marks. Is it not Shabda? Are you doing experiment? What is the gravitational force of Earth? It is 9.81 meter per second square. Who told you? told in the class. Have you done experiment? No. So where is Pratyaksha? It is also Shabda only. But there is a scope for experimentation, and you have done that experiment. That's why you are getting that realization. Similarly, when we get the Shabda, it is not the end of the knowledge. We should accept it and we should practice it. When we hear from Prabhupada, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Iva Kevalam, Kalau Natseva, Natseva, Natseva Gatiranyata. In the beginning, it will remain like a theory. But you take the mala, you start chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Daily chant and take the medicine properly. Whenever doctor says morning, afternoon, evening, you should take. You should do this, you should not do this. So all the regulatory principles you follow, do the chanting, see the change that happens in your life. By that, you can get the realization. And when you get the realization, then your Shabda, whatever you have heard, it becomes more firmly fixed in your heart. Similarly, there are two things, Jnana and Vijnana. What we hear in the classroom, that is Jnana. And what we perform in the laboratory, that is Vijnana. So both are needed. Either it is in the spiritual life or in the material life. Both are needed. Unless you have realization, you will not be firmly fixed in your practice of devotional service. Somebody can come and confuse you. Oh, why are you chanting every day morning? You're getting up so early in the morning. It is not good for your health. You should get up little after 6 only. Otherwise, you will get giddiness. You can't work properly in the daytime. Or they may so many things because you don't have proteins in your body. So you must do this. So they can easily confuse you. That's why gain the knowledge, apply it in your life, and get the realization and firmly fixed in that knowledge. Then only we can advance in our Krishna consciousness. That is the need. Otherwise, we will fall down. And in the beginning itself, questioning is not allowed. Even in the classroom, you cannot say, what is the proof that Einstein was live? Have you seen Einstein? You cannot ask your teacher. Teacher, have you seen Newton? No, I have not seen. So then how can you say that there is Newton's law? Have anybody questioned this? No, we have never questioned, because at that point of time, our aim is to get some marks and clear this course and somehow get some job and make our life. So the purpose is different. But in spiritual life, when we come, we don't have any purpose. We are just coming for time pass. So we question everything. And we have no intention for practicing it. Then we cannot make good use of this knowledge. So both places, Shabda is the ultimate source of knowledge. But how do you say that the modern science is limited and Vedas are unlimited? Because the Veda is coming from the Creator himself. If I want to explain about something which is made by myself, then that will be the best explanation. And if you are hearing the same thing from someone else who has learnt it by himself, even without me, he has not heard from me, he has made some experiment and understood something about it, and he is trying to explain it, then it will be always incomplete. As you can see, the statements of scientists keeps changing. They say something today and tomorrow they will change. Pluto was a planet, but now it's not a planet. There are so many things like that. Why? Because their understanding, it is the ascending process, and our understanding is the descending process. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam bhuda bhava samanvitaha. Matta parataram na anyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Mai sarvam idam protam sutre manigana iva. Krishna is telling, there is nothing beyond me. Everything is resting upon me. I am the knower of everything. Vedeshtu sarvair ahamave vedyaha. I am the final truth. You don't find anything beyond me. And hear everything from me. Then your knowledge is perfect. So in that sense, whatever we are hearing from the Vedas, it is perfect. One example we can give. Whenever Britishers came to India, they saw these Indians are taking the stool of an animal and they are applying it inside their house. They told they are so nasty. It is, how can they do that? But now, after 50 years or 100 years, they are taking patent on cow dung. It is the most antiseptic material which can be applied, and it can destroy all kinds of infections. So you can use it. And this is told in Vedas since millions of years before itself. We know the cow is worshipable, and the cow urine, cow dung, it is antiseptic. Not only antiseptic, it is having spiritual benefits. And it can cure so many kinds of diseases. Now they are using it for curing the cancer also. So that is Veda. Veda, it will not change. It is always as it is. It will remain as it is. That's why there is a saying, if somebody asks you to, they will order you to do something. Then people question, why should I do this? Is it some Veda Vakya or what? This is Veda Vakya. Veda Vakya means to be followed without questioning. Whenever we say follow without questioning, it doesn't mean that you are they are stopping you from understanding, or they are taking away your beliefs, or they are forcing you to believe something blindly. No, that is not the point. But at this point of time, you can't understand it. You just follow. After following, you will understand. So just like unless you learn swimming, if you say that, without learning swimming, I can't jump into water, then you will never learn how to swim. First, you jump into water. Then slowly, you will learn how to swim. So first you take this medicine, take this learning of Shastra, practice in your life. Then you will understand. Oh yes, it is working. There are so many people who has given their experiences. So practice Krishna consciousness and get the benefit. Anybody would like to read can raise their hand. Okay, Puja Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Sabda Pramana.
Hare Krishna.
The Shiksha Guru gives spiritual instruction and the inspiration on behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara. The Diksha Guru gives spiritual instruction, inspiration, formal initiation, a spiritual name, and later imparts the sacred Gayatri mantras to a qualified disciple as a service to Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara. GBC statement on the position of Srila Prabhupada, March 2013. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So there are two types of Guru, Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru. They both are helping us to advance in Krishna consciousness. Shiksha Guru is the one who regularly gives us instruction, and Diksha Guru who connects us to the Parampara. So these things we have studied in the ISKCON Disciple course in detail. Archana Mataji. Please unmute yourself. I think there is some problem. Okay, Vijay Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
The qualification of a bona fide Guru. Therefore, a Vedic injunction is that one must approach the world. The word compulsory is used. A bona fide spiritual master, a Guru. And what is the qualification of a spiritual master? He is one who has rightly heard the Vedic message from the right source, and he must practically be firmly established in Brahman. These are the two qualities he must have. Sri Upanishad introduction.
Thank you, Prabhu. So these are the two qualifications of a Guru. This is very important to remember. It's one of the closed book test question also. What are the two qualities of a bona fide Guru? It is one who has rightly heard the Vedic message. That means his receiving is proper and practically be firmly established in Brahman. That means he is practicing whatever he has heard. So hear and practice. These are the two qualities of a bona fide Guru. When we choose someone as our Guru, we should check these two things. Is he connected to the proper Guru Parampara? Yes. And is he following himself whatever he has heard from the Parampara? Yes. Then he is a bona fide Acharya. In ISKCON also we have the system. Okay, this is the shloka. Tadvijnanartham sa gurumeva abhigachet. Samitpani shrotiyam brahmanishtam. Tadvijnanartham. If you want to know that truth, which can liberate us from this material world and take to the eternal kingdom of God, then you have to gurumeva abhigachet. Go to the Guru. Samitpani shrotriyam brahmanishtam. Go and serve him with the faith, and he will give the instruction. One who is Brahmanishta, one who is situated in Brahman. In ISKCON system, we have the Guru Shishya system, Guru disciple system. That is, Prabhupada has created GBC committee, that is Governing Body Commission. And under that, we have Sannyasa Ministry and Guru Services Committee. There are two types of management. That is Guru Services Committee. They are managing the temples, and Sannyasa Ministry. Sannyasis are traveling all over the world and preaching. And there are regional bodies and the gurus, those who are managing them. And there are temples, Namahattas. There are presidents, coordinators, and then at the last, the temple residents, those who stay in the temple, like the brahmacharis and disciples, and the congregation devotees or disciples. This is how the ISKCON structure is present. So we should all be in association. Archana Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself wanted our cooperation. He is God, Krishna, and therefore cooperation is very important thing. Nobody should think that I have got so great ability. I can do. No, it is simply by cooperation we can do very big thing. United we stand, divided we fall. This is our. So be strong in pushing on Krishna consciousness, and Krishna will help. He is the strongest. Still, we must be combined together. Room conversation with Radha Damodara Sankirtana Party, March 16, 1976, Mayapur. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. When we are doing the devotional service in the association of devotees, it becomes very easy to advance. And when we are performing it alone, then there is a danger of fall down. Fall down in both ways. If you are successful, then also you may fall down. If you are failure, then also there is a fall down. If you are failure, that means you are not able to perform your devotional service properly. Definitely it's a fall down, because you can't continue your devotional service. There is no inspiration. And even if you are successful and you don't have association, then it will bring pride, and it will make you away from the other devotees, and it will block your association with the devotees, and again it's a fall down. But when we are in association with other devotees and we are working together and giving the result, the scope of the result to everyone, we are distributing to everyone, then united we can stand together. And even if there is a chance for fall down also, other devotees will always help us. They will hold us properly. Just like, for example, if you are not able to get up in the morning for Mangalarti, when you are alone, there is nobody. So you sleep for a long time, nobody is questioning. But when you are in the association of devotees, then by seeing the other devotees, you will get inspired. Okay, oh, let me also go. They all are going. So let me also take the advantage. So like that, in association, there is always good example. So this is the picture which is depicting the Guru is giving the instruction, and the disciples are accepting. And these disciples, they will grow again later, and they will make more disciples. Like that, the knowledge will come down. And this Guru Shishya disciplic succession, it is so important that whenever this fails, the Lord himself will come and re-establish it, as he told it in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So just a minute. Close ಮಾಡಿ. The disciplic succession, it is protected by the Lord himself, because it should not be lost at any time. Every person, he must have the opportunity to advance in Krishna consciousness. It may be whatever kind yuga you may be. It may be Satya, Treta, or this Dwapara or Kali Yuga. In whatever, there is no way the person can say that I have no opportunity to serve the Lord. It's always there. The instructions always there. The Guru is always there. The only person who can stop you from serving Krishna is yourself, nobody else. Only you can stop your service to Krishna, you yourself. Otherwise, there is always opportunity to advance in Krishna consciousness. There are 4 defects in the Pratiksha Pramana or the modern science. What are they? Brahma, Pramada, Viparlipsa, Karanapatava. Brahma means we commit mistakes. Pramada means we are under illusion. Viparlipsa means we have cheating propensity. And Karanapatava means our senses are imperfect. We come under Brahma or the committing mistakes whenever a person does hundreds of work, or if you are doing many activities, then all the activities will not be 100% correct. There will be some mistake. That is by nature, we are committing mistakes. So whenever we explain something to other person also, we may speak something, we may make some mistakes, or whatever we have explained, it may not be completely communicated to the other person because there are some mistakes. And illusion, we come under some illusion. The example is given when we see the mirage on the hot sunny day. We feel that there is some water. It comes, we can see in the desert, it looks like there is some water. But when we go near that water, there is no water. Even in the hot sun, if you're seeing in the road at a very far distance, you can see the road is fully wet. Maybe some rain has come. But it is not rain actually. It is the air which is getting heated and getting vaporized, or it expands because of the increase in the volume. And when we look at it, because of the diffraction, there is some feeling of presence of water there. And animals cannot understand these things, and it will run after that. Oh, I am feeling very thirsty in the desert or in the dry land. It will run after the water, and it finds that there is no water here, and it looks further. Oh, there is water again. I can find water there. Okay, let me run again. And running, it will die. So this kind of illusion, it happens to us also. There are so many examples you can see. A pencil put in a glass of water, it looks like a bent. And we have many examples also next coming slides. That is illusion, pramada. And we have cheating propensity also. When we are not able to come to the final conclusion, then we make the result. We cook up the result. Then we just say, oh, this is the answer. I got it. There are many scientists who have found cheating. And our senses are imperfect. This is already discussed how our different senses are limited in their perception. Now, this is one picture where we can realize the illusion. Can anyone tell me what is this you can see here in the picture?
Is it a girl? A girl tying a turban, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a girl. Puja Mataji is telling. Then any other answer?
Looks like an old woman also.
Yes. It's an old woman also.
Yes.
Prabhuji, it looks as if she has white hair, but she's covered her head with white scarf.
Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
She's not an old woman.
She's not an old woman.
I
No.
feel like
It's a young woman who's covered her head with a white scarf.
Okay. So if you see this portion as the mouth of the person, then it's an old woman. But if you see this as the necklace of a woman, then it's a young woman. This is a necklace, and this is the cheek, and here is the eye. So this is the dark hair with a scarf. And if you see this is the mouth of a woman, and this is the
That's the
nose
nose.
of a woman, then it's like a old woman.
Old.
So
It's a
like that.
perception.
Yeah. How do you perceive it? What you can see here is it's a square here, or is it bent line? The line is straight or bent?
Right. Square.
Looks bent, Prabhuji.
But it is straight.
It is
But
bent.
it's straight.
Yeah, because of the circles, it looks like little bent
Bent, yeah.
inward,
Yeah.
but it is not actually. It is straight line. Are these lines are parallel? The long lines? Are they going to meet after some time?
No, no, Prabhuji, they are
Prabhuji.
Parallel. They are parallel.
but
Parallel.
Okay. So that is another illusion. These circles are moving, rotating, or are they stationary?
Stationary.
Moving.
Moving, yeah.
they are moving.
Stationary.
Stationary, Prabhuji.
If you find them moving, you locate which one is moving. When you
Find
try to
out, then
locate
everything
them,
will
they'll
be-
stop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Prabhuji.
Locate the circle which is moving.
It stops.
It
Yeah, it
stops.
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 So that
Prabhuji,
is
this is the technique used in hypnosis.
Mataji?
This kind of graphs are used for hypnosis.
Yeah. So we get hypnotized.
Yes.
So that is another defect. Yes, Mataji. Then this is another committing mistake, where you are to actually climb.
In the aeroplane.
Yeah, where he is climbing, this person is
Just a staircase, aero bridge.
he is climbing to the air, not to the airplane.
Yeah.
Wrong track.
So, okay, that is one more committing mistake. So the conclusion is, Lata Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Conclusion. With all these deficiencies, we cannot give perfect knowledge to anyone, nor are we ourselves perfect. Therefore, we accept the Vedas as they are. Sri Upanishad Introduction. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So there is a need for Veda. We cannot understand the absolute truth. We cannot even come anywhere near to the truth. The modern science has come so-called advancement, but they have no clue about the soul. Even though there is some confusion they are getting, but still they are not ready to accept, because they can't give any reason why a dead man cannot come alive back. You do all experiments, you find what is missing in that body, do whatever you want, bring him back. No, that is not possible. But they are not ready to accept that it is because of the soul. So if you come to the beginning lesson of Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna begins, that knowledge also we have not come. That means without accepting the knowledge given in the Veda, we always remain in ignorance. We must take to the Sabda Pramana. Therefore, we need Upanishads. And each Upanishad is the crown jewel of all the 108 Upanishads. Now, what is Upanishad? Upanishad, the Vedas deal mostly with fruitive activities to gradually elevate the general public from the field of sense gratification to a position on the transcendental plane. Generally, it is told in the Bhagavad Gita, Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravadanti vipaschitaha vedavadarata partha nanyadasti vadinaha kamatmana swargapara janma karma falapradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogeshwarya gatim prati Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunyo Bhavarjuna Nirdvandva Nitya Sattvasto Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. Krishna is telling, don't follow Veda. He's telling, he's minimizing the value of Vedas. Why? Because the real purpose of Veda is something else. What people are using it for is different. That's why Krishna is telling, don't take to that. Because Veda have very flowery language. What is that flowery language? We all are trying to become successful in our material life. But Veda says that you do this yajna, you satisfy this devata, you can easily achieve success in your life. There will be no more failure. You will get a lot of money. You can live here peacefully. You can go to heaven. You can enjoy so much there. So many years of enjoyment you can get. This is all Pushpitam Vacham. So mostly they will be explaining these things only because we get to that only. We don't get to the real purpose of Vedas. Just like if you small child, if you want to make that child to learn computer, in the beginning we give video games. Because if you make them to learn what is Word, what is Excel, what is how to write a letter, no, the child will not accept it. It is not interested. It is not attractive. But you put a video game in that, okay, the child will learn it very nicely. It will learn how to move the mouse, how to type in the keyboard, and it will win the game. Then after some time we tell, actually this computer is not meant for your video game. It is meant for something else. Now you start learning that. Then we teach them programming and so many things the child will learn. Similarly, Vedas also, if they tell Athato Brahma Jijnasa, I am not interested. I don't want. You have come across 84 lakh species of life. Now at least learn about Vedanta. No, I don't want. What is the proof that I have come across 84 lakh species? I don't have any proof. I am happy here. Ahara Nidra Bhayamaitunamcha. Then the Vedas will come to your platform. You can't go to the platform of Vedas. At least Vedas can come to your platform. Okay, you want money? Yes, I want money. You have problems in your life? Yes, I have a lot of problems. Okay, I will solve your problems. Come. Then the person will become a Karmakandi. Karmakandi means using the Vedas for his own sense gratification. So that is the beginning of Veda, beginning of following of Veda. But that is not the ultimate purpose. But what is the ultimate purpose? That is Vedanta, Upanishads. One should understand it. Puja Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Upanishads, when the activities for sense gratification, namely the Karma Kanda chapter, are finished, then the chance of spiritual realization is offered in the form of Upanishads. The Upanishads mark the beginning of the transcendental life. PG 2. Bhagavad Gita 2.45 purport. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Upa means near. Nishidati means bring. Upanishads means the one which brings us near to the Lord. That is the meaning of Upanishads. There are 108 Upanishads, and there are 11 are the most prominent. That is Ishopanishad, Kenopanishad, Kathopanishad, Prashnopanishad, Mundakopanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, Aitareya Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, and Shvetashvatara Upanishad. There is one Upanishad called Muktikopanishad. In that Muktikopanishad, all the 108 Upanishads are listed. And in our this one, Chaitanya Charitamrita book also, we have the list of all the 108 Upanishads. So if you go to the Adi Lila, 7th chapter, shloka number 108, we have this Upanishads. So starting from the first one here, Ishopanishad, and coming to the last one, 108, Muktikopanishad. 108 Upanishads are listed. So those who are interested can go to Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 7, shloka number 108. You'll get 108 Upanishads there. Now this is the body of Veda, Vedic knowledge, how it is divided. There is something called as Prasthanatraya. To accept a knowledge, you should have three kinds of proof. That is Shruti Prasthana, Smriti Prasthana, and Nyaya Prasthana. Now, what is Shruti, what is Smriti, and what is Nyaya? Shruti means that is which is directly spoken by Krishna, directly spoken by the Lord. that is called Shruti. And Smriti means that which is derived from the Shruti, based on the hearing from the Shruti, whatever derived, that is called Smriti. And the Nyaya are the sutras that is given by Veda Vyasa. They are the formulas. So if you want to prove something to be truth, then you should give the pramana or the proof from the prasthana. Prasthana means to advance or to walk or to go to the light or come out of the ignorance. So if you want to come out of the ignorance, you should use these three things: Shruti, Smriti, and Prasthana. This is called, together it's called as Prasthana Traya. Now Shruti, it has Veda, Upaveda, and Vedanga. Vedas, they are mainly 4 Vedas. Actually, Veda was one. Veda means all collection of all the Veda, knowledge, body of knowledge. Then Vyasdev has divided it into 4 parts, and he has brought it to writing so that the Kali Yuga people can take advantage, because we cannot remember everything. That is Rig, Yajur, Sama, and Atharva Veda. And within that, there are 4 categories. That is Samhita, which includes the mantra. Generally, it will be studied in the Brahmacharya ashram. And then Brahmanas, they are the different types of rituals that should be performed. It is generally performed by the Grahasthas in the Grahastha ashram, ritual explanation of mantras. Then Aranyakas, Aranya means forest, and it is for the people who are in Vanaprastha. Esoteric explanation of the mantras that will be followed. And finally, in the Sannyas ashram, Upanishads are studied. That is the Jnana Kanda, philosophy of Brahman. So even if you come to the state of Upanishads, come to the level of Upanishads, the devotion may not begin. It will only tell you that there is something beyond this. That's all. It will not give you the ultimate knowledge. So just by reading the Veda, you can only do argument. You cannot come to the real conclusion. So what we are studying here now, it is just a part of our study. But just by reading Upanishads, of course, by hearing from Srila Prabhupada, his purports, we definitely understand the real meaning, why it is given here. Otherwise, if you are taking only the meaning of the shloka, it will bring only up to the level of Brahman realization. Brahman realization means to understand there is some energy which is controlling this world. Everything is not in our hand. Only up to that level we can come. Then there are Upavedas, that is Dhanurveda, how to shoot an arrow, what is mantra, tantra, and Ayurveda, how to the medicine, and Jyotirveda, the seeing the horoscope, all these things, it comes under Upavedas, which are required for a happy living or making our life. And then there are Vedanga. Vedanga means it is something which will help us to learn Veda. The Kalpa, some rituals that you have to perform, how to do the yajna, how to make the preparation for yajna, how to collect the flowers, how to collect the samidas, that is the dry wood, firewood, all those things. Shiksha, how to pronounce the mantras properly. It is very, very important. There is an example in Srimad Bhagavatam. The Twashtra, his son was Vishwarupa. He was a Purohita for Indra. And he was favorable even for Daityas also. So he was chanting the mantras for Indra, but hidingly he was giving the ahuti for the Asuras also. So Indra came to know about it and he beheaded him immediately. He killed him. Then Twashtra made some yajna to get a son who can kill Indra. But the pronunciation mistake, it so happened that he got a son who get killed by Indra. He told, I want a son who can kill Indra, but his pronunciation was, I want a son who gets killed by Indra. That was Vritrasura. So Vritrasura got killed by Indra and he went back to Godhead. So that is the pronunciation problem. So such things should not happen. Anyhow, in that case, only good thing happened. And then Vyakarana, grammar, how to speak Sanskrit. Because Sanskrit is the language of demigods. And Nirukta, etymology. That means you take the root word of a word, that is called dhatu, and you can derive so many meanings out of it. And if you know the dhatu, then anything that comes out of that dhatu, you will understand it. Just like the word shishya, shastra, shasana, shastra, they all are coming from the word shas. Shas means to rule or make or control. From that, everything comes. Shishya, one who is getting controlled by the spiritual master. Shastra, which is used for controlling others. Shastra, which will give you regulations. Like that. That is called Nirukta, etymology. Then Chandas, that is how to sing the songs, just like Bhagavad Gita. Every Bhagavad Gita shloka has 32 words in the shloka. First line 16, second line 16. That is Anushtup Chanda. Like that, there are so many chandas. Those examples are given. Then Jyotisha, astronomy, time calculation that we do in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What is the calculation? Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. And like that, we go on calculating what is a Divya Yuga, a life of Brahma. All these things we study. And if you go to fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a description of different planetary systems, how the planets are situated in the Mayapur Vedic planetarium. There is that planetarium has all these descriptions, how this entire universe is present, what is material world, beyond the material world, what is there, where is Goloka, all these things are present. We can even see here, our Vijay Prabhu's behind also, there is a Goloka chart. So these things are coming under Jyotishya. All these are coming from Lord himself. So it is called Shruti, hearing from the Lord. Next comes the Smriti. Smriti means what you understand from that Shruti, you derive it. Just like the Vedanta Sutra, it says Anavritti Shabdat. That means one can get liberated from the sound vibration. If you vibrate the sound, the spiritual sound, then you will come out of this material bondage. Now, what is the example? Take the example of Ajamila. Ajamila was a Brahmana who fell down in his youth. Then finally he chanted the name of Narayana. Then he got liberated. So this Smriti is more attractive than Shruti. Shruti is very boring, we can say. It is very difficult to understand. If you hear the Shruti, if you go to pure Shruti class, the class on Samhitas, some class on Brahmanas, some people definitely sleep. It is so boring. Unless you are really interested to learn that knowledge, it's very, okay, take the example of Vyakarana, Sanskrit Vyakaran. Okay, start with the, we also sometimes get some inspiration and go to some YouTube video. Okay, let me learn Vyakaran. If it is a 1 hour video, okay, we'll learn for 20 minutes, then okay, enough. It is not possible. It's so difficult to remember. Most of us stop it there. But if you come to Smriti, it is more attractive. It is in the form of stories, like Srimad Bhagavatam. You can go on reading. You can go on hearing. All the instructions are there. And Itihasa, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata. Just go on hearing the stories and you will get the knowledge. It is like medicine kept in the sweet chocolate. Small children can't eat this medicine. So we put it inside the chocolate and we make the child to eat it. Like that, the Smriti is giving the instructions. It comes under the different sutra. Okay, these things we are not studied. Dharma Sutra, Grihya Sutra, Shruta Sutra. Anyhow, we know the Puranas. Srimad Bhagavat Purana we know. And Pancharatra. Pancharatra explains how to worship the Lord. This is another way how we can approach the Lord. We are taking care of the Lord like a child. This is more familiar to us. What we do for a small child, early morning we wake up the child, bathe the child, feed the child, and we sing for the child and put him back to sleep. and time to time we observe the child. Like that. Similarly, we do the same for the Lord also. Wake up the Lord, do Mangalarti and Abhisheka, dress him, decorate him with flowers, garland, so many ornaments, then do Arati for him, sing in front of him, dance in front of him. This is more practical, more easy, and everyone can perform it. These all coming under Smriti. And Tantra, Tantric, Sattvic, Tamasic, Rajasic, all those things. Anyhow, these things we are not more familiar with these things. Itihasa, there are two Itihasa, Ramayana and Mahabharata. It is very attractive. All of us very eager to hear Ramayana, Mahabharata. It is very nice to hear the story and learn it. Purana, there are 18 major Purana, 18 minor Purana. Again, there are Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. The Purana for Sattoguna people, Purana for Rajoguna people, and Purana for Tamoguna people are there. And Darshana, Shaddarshana, that is, these things we are not getting into. Shaddarshana itself is a big topic. Vedanta, Mimamsa, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Yoga, and Sankhya. So these are called as Smriti Prasthana. Some people don't accept the Smriti, they accept only the Shruti, because Shruti is higher to Smriti. So they don't accept it. But in our case, Smriti is easier to understand than Shruti. Now, if you take the example of Bhagavad Gita, is it Shruti or Smriti? Any answer?
Smriti, Prabhuji.
Smriti.
Smriti. Derived from it.
Yeah, it is derived from Itihasa. It is coming in Itihasa because it's a part of Mahabharata. It is a Smriti. But by definition, Shruti means that which is spoken by the Lord. And Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Lord. So it is both. It is Shruti as well as a Smriti. But in general categorization, it is coming under the category of Smriti only because it's a part of Itihasa, Mahabharata. But the importance when you are giving, Bhagavad Gita is, it is equivalent to Shruti also, because generally people say Shruti is more than Smriti, because whatever is told in Smriti, it may change according to the time and circumstances. Just like Prabhupada has told 16 rounds of chanting. But Gaudiya Sampradaya, Gaudiya Matha, they have 64 rounds of chanting. So as the time changes, the rules and regulations will be adjusted according to the times and circumstance. That will be done by the Acharya. That is coming in the Smriti, but not in the Shruti. Shruti is very rigid. It is as it is. It will never change. But Smriti, it will change as per the practice, a person who is practicing and his guru, whatever instruction he has given. So there are people who only accept Shruti. They don't accept Smriti at all. For such people, you can say Bhagavad Gita is a Shruti also because it is directly spoken by Lord himself. And Pancharatra or Nyaya Prasthana. Nyaya Prasthana, one of the example is the Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta Sutra, there are sutras. Sutra means formula that is given by Vyasadeva himself. If somebody wants to give their philosophy, it should be in line with these sutras. If it is contradicting, then such kind of philosophy cannot be accepted. We have 4 sampradayas. The sampradaya given by Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, Nimbarkacharya, and Vishnu Swami. Now, all these 4 parampara have bhashya for the Nyaya Prasthana, that is Vedanta Sutra. If they don't have bhashya, then the philosophy which is given by them is not acceptable. We have Govinda Bhashya by Baladev Vidyabhushan. What this bhashya says is, it just explains what is given in the sutra or Vedanta Sutra. Atato Brahma Jijnasa, that is a sutra. It's like a mathematical formula. Now you have to give the derivation. You give some examples, some stories, how this can be proved. And if any contradictions there are there, then it has to be disproved. So bring it to the proper line. Then you can say that you have your own philosophy which is authorized. So that is called Nyaya Prasthana. So to give a philosophy, 3 things are needed: Shruti Prasthana, Smriti Prasthana and Nyaya Prasthana. Anu Mataji. Yeah.
Hare
You can.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prasthana Traya. Therefore, the Vedanta Sutra is known as Nyaya Prasthana. The Upanishads are known as Shruti Prasthana, and the Gita, Mahabharata, and Puranas are known as Smriti Prasthana. Adi 7.106 purport. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. For more information, you can read those shlokas. Adi Leela 7th chapter. It has many instructions in this regard. Lata Mataji.
Prasthana Traya. The Mayavadi philosophers accept only the Nyaya Prasthana and Shruti Prasthana, rejecting the Smriti Prasthana. Adi 7.117 purport. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Puja Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prasthana Traya. Whenever there is argument on some point, one has to give reference from these Upanishads. If one can give reference from the Upanishads, then his argument is very strong. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So whenever you are arguing with any Mayavadi sannyasis or someone, then you should be very careful. You should know Shruti Vakya. You cannot quote the Smriti Vakya. You can't say, what is that? Dharma Projita Kaitavotra Paramo Nirmatsaranam Satam. They don't accept it because it is coming under Bhagavatam. Or you can't quote Bhagavad Gita shlokas also. You have to directly quote the shlokas from Vedas or Upanishads, especially Upanishads, because Upanishads is the crown jewel of all the Vedas. So that's one of the reasons why Prabhupada has given this Upanishad to us, because ISKCON, it is a authorized movement, and somebody may question tomorrow, you people don't have any Shruti only, you're only dealing with Smriti, so it is incomplete. So Prabhupada has given us Shruti, Smriti and Nyaya. Everything is given. Neeta Mataji.
Hare Krishna. This Krishna consciousness movement is completely authorized from Vedic principles. Shri Isha Upanishad. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So we have all the explanation in our book, that is, what are the different books in the Bhakti Shastri. We have Bhagavad Gita, which is Vedic, Srimad Bhagavatam, it is the Vaishnava book, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nectar of Devotion, they are the Gaudiya Vaishnava book that Prabhupada has given us. So we don't have to read any other books. We just have to read whatever books that Prabhupada has given. We don't have to go to the other different types of books. Shall we start tomorrow onwards reading Shruti, that is Rigveda, Yajurveda, Atharvana Veda, or all other Upanishads? It is not necessary. Prabhupada has told whatever needed that I have given in our book itself. So that is enough. You just practice it, then your understanding will be perfect. So with this, we have come to the conclusion of today's session. Whatever we have studied today. Overview of the Vedic literature and Upanishads, and why Prabhupada has published this Ishopanishad. 3 types of evidences, Pramana, and there are 4 defects in the conditioned soul, and why we have to accept the Vedic authority. Then finally, Sabda Pramana in relation to ISKCON Gurus. So these are the things which we have understood. We finally request those who are actually after Vedic knowledge to try to understand the explanation of all Vedic knowledge from Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita. So Prabhupada is not expecting us to read so many books. Just read the books which are given by Prabhupada himself, and you will have all the knowledge. So with this, we have come to the conclusion of today's session. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anybody has questions? They can raise their hand. Others can lower their hand. No questions? Anu Mataji? Sorry, yeah.
Prabhuji, I have 3 questions. The first is that if the aim of Vedas is to establish supremacy of Krishna, then can Shaivites be taken as devotees? No.
Pardon? Vedas?
If the objective of Vedas is to establish the supremacy of Krishna, then Shaivites also cannot be taken as devotees. And if the objective is to establish supremacy of Krishna, then how is it that the learned class interpreted it wrongly and things happen?
Yeah. Vedas are accepting everyone. It will not reject anyone. The intention of Veda is to bring everyone under the study of Vedas. To make this possible, then Vedas cannot talk about the conclusion immediately. Because if you are giving the conclusion, then there is no scope for all kinds of people coming to Vedas. So the Vedic instructions are in such a way that it can be interpreted in so many ways. This you can see. Many people interpret Vedas in so many different ways, in a wrong way also. But it has to be accepted from the proper disciplic succession. Then your understanding will be perfect. So that's how the people are given the opportunity to interpret it. If you are not giving the opportunity for interpretation, then the Vedas may become irrelevant for them, or they may reject the Vedas. And that is done by Buddha himself. What he did when he saw the people using the Vedas for their sense gratification, their only purpose was to go to heaven and enjoy there. They had no purpose of going back to Godhead, and they were involved in the slaughtering of animals. That because of that, Buddha told, don't kill the animals. But people told, it is said in Veda itself. They proved it. So it is not possible to disprove whatever they are giving the argument. Then what he did? Nindasi yajna videraha shruti jatam sadaya hridaya darshita pashughatam keshavadrita buddha sharira jaya jagadisha hari. So nindasi yajna videraha shruti jatam. Shruti jatam. The yajna which is coming from the Veda, Shruti, he rejected it. Sadaya hridaya darshita pashughatam. Whenever people are destroying, they are giving pain to the animals. So he did that. So there is a scope for interpretation, and you can't do anything about it because that is designed like that. Only thing is you have to reject everything altogether. That is possible. But it will give another effect. So only possibilities make the people into devotees. Otherwise also they will gradually come because they will understand the limitations of these interpretations, and they will not become happy ultimately. Hare Krishna.
So Shaivites also cannot be accepted as devotees?
No, they can't be accepted as devotees. Devotee is the one who has accepted the Lord as the Supreme. Vedashta sarve rahameva vedya. Unless you come to the conclusion, you cannot accept them as devotees.
Prabhuji, then Dharma Shastra, law books, Manu Samhita and others, the legal laws are made on these bases. And if one reads Srimad Bhagavatam, the laws or even family laws which you interpret, like Krishna got married to his first cousin. But as per law, it is part of the regulated relation. As per Hindu Marriage Act, 5 people from your father's side and 3 from your mother's side, if you get married, it is a Sapinda relation, and you have to, the marriage is allowed as per custom. But as per the Hindu Marriage Act, the marriage is, you cannot take a divorce in Hindu Marriage Act. As per custom, you will have to go to the court and say, okay, this is the marriage and it has to be declared void. So how is it that we have taken our succession and family laws from this place, and Gaudiya, Prabhupada has accepted only these granths, because there is a lot of, because if you are just reading Srimad Bhagavatam, it is different. Krishna got married to his cousin once. Out of his 8 queens, one was his first cousin. And I think this Abhimanyu also got married to his first cousin. So this is, as per custom, it is accepted, but Hindu law marriage act doesn't accept it, and you have to declare the marriage. You don't get a decree of divorce, you get a decree of void marriage. It is not recognized as per law, because Manu Samhita says so.
Okay.
So there are a lot of points.
Okay, I got the point. Okay, I got the question. So first of all, there is no Hindu word in the Vedas. And when Hindu Marriage Act, it is something what you are talking, it is about modern society, whatever we have got it now. And divorce is not there in the Vedas. It is only the marriage which is present. You can't get divorce from your wife. One has to take care of the wife at all conditions. But of course, one can change his ashrama to sannyas ashrama. At that time, wife will be given to the care of his children, and he is going for a higher purpose. That is different issue. Otherwise, there is no divorce. And whatever you told, Abhimanyu got married to Uttara, that is 100% agreeable. There is no problem within that marriage. And whatever Krishna has done also, it is not against any of the Vedic instructions.
No, but Manu Samhita restricts it. Manu Samhita.
Maybe I don't know, Mataji. I don't know Manu Samhita. Maybe there. If it is there, let us see later.
Okay.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anybody else has any question?
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
What is Namahatta? Namahatta somewhere this Namahatta.
Namahatta is the beginning of temple, Mataji. Before a temple means it should have minimum number of pujaris in the temple, and they should have the deities. But if they don't have, not come to that this one standard, but still many people are coming, gathering together, and they are chanting, then it's in the beginning it will be considered as Namahatta. Then gradually they may advance to the temple size.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah. Yes, Anumataji.
Prabhuji, one last question. Prabhuji, these tantras, what are they, and tamsa? Shiv Puran is a Tamsaic literature.
Tamsa, what is that?
What are tantras? Agamas. And is
this
the
is
Shiv Puran?
Yeah,
what is Shiv Puran?
These things are beyond the scope of this course, Mataji. So I don't want to open the topic.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vijay Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, in middle of some slide, you said that Veda is the manual for human life.
Yeah.
And when we study Bhagavad Gita is also referred as a manual. So is Veda and Bhagavad Gita different, or is the essence of Veda present in the Bhagavad Gita?
Yeah. Veda, essence of Veda is Upanishad, as I told in the beginning. And all the Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita is the sense of all the Upanishads. Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogda Gopal Nandana. Everything is coming from Veda only. Veda is the collection of all the knowledge. So if you say that Bhagavad Gita is a part of Veda, that is also correct. But it is told in a specific manner. If you see Bhagavad Gita, it is directly declaring Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyom Yomi Bhaktya Prayachatit. Whoever gives me these 4 things, I will accept. Krishna himself is telling. But you may not find this direct instruction in the Vedas. Vedas are like more impersonal, or it is giving only the principles. But more details are there in the Purana and Itihasa. Bhagavad Gita is a part of Itihasa.
Prabhuji, one more question. I'm not sure whether it is linked to our syllabus or not. Prabhuji, I was discussing with one of my friend. So it is said that in Mahabharata, whenever Krishna spoke, it is said that Shri Krishna Uvacha. But when it comes to Bhagavad Gita, the Krishna word is not used. It is used that Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. So why is it, Prabhuji?
I don't think it is a Krishna Uvacha told in Mahabharata. It is Bhagavan Uvacha only. Even if you see the Veda Purana also, Srimad Bhagavatam, it is Shri Bhagavan Uvacha only spoken. Maybe while explaining that Shri Bhagavan Uvacha is told in Bhagavad Gita, they might have assumed that otherwise it is told Krishna Uvacha. That may be their assumption. It may not be true. You have to check it. It is in everywhere it is told Shri Bhagavan Uvacha only. But when Prabhupada says that Shri Bhagavan Uvacha in the second chapter 11th shloka for the first time, then he takes that opportunity to explain why it is told. It doesn't mean that in other places it is not used. But this is the first time we are coming in touch with this word Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Archana Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, this doubt is from not from our session which happened right today, but in the Srimad Bhagavatam class that happened this morning, actually the content was both that husband and wife should be engaged in Krishna consciousness, or they should be doing the devotional service. Then the family is going to be good. That was the content of the concept which was explained. But in modern world, it is not like that. That is why they are going into intermarital relationship and all that. Actually, that was the purport which was explained. So Prabhuji was explaining that when everybody is engaged in devotional service, they are actually fulfilling the Prabhupada's mission and all that. So if in a house only one person is Krishna conscious and all others are not Krishna conscious, how is this possible, Prabhuji? Actually, the purport explanation is everyone should be Krishna conscious. Only then the family is going to be Krishna conscious and all that. And Prabhupada has mentioned in that purport that in the modern society it is not happening. That's why it is like this and all that. So many different things is happening in Kali Yuga and all that. So when our Prabhuji was explaining, he was stressing on the devotional service that is to be performed by both husband and wife, both the everybody in the family and all that. So first they should be brought in Krishna consciousness, right, Prabhuji? That is what is my question, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Family that prays together will stay together. And
Yes.
what that family, it may be any family. It may be all neighbors coming together and praying together. They will be like a family only. Whoever comes to Krishna and performs devotional service to him, they all are one family. Now we all are one family.
Yes.
We all together staying together. As long as we are performing this devotional service, this will continue. But this will not happen or may not happen in a family, in the family of where we are living together, because of our own karma. Because it is very fortunate condition to get a devoted person in our life, either parents or wife or child. It's not so easy. But at that time, you should take it as a challenge. And there is no loss. Anyhow, if you are not able to perform your devotional service so perfectly with all cooperation, then whatever possibility is there, within that you have to continue. For that itself, Krishna will give the blessings. And maybe one day they will also change because of your sincere endeavor. Krishna may give them good intelligence. It may happen. But if not, you should continue your devotional service in whatever condition it may be. There are many people who wants to take initiation, but they say, my husband doesn't eat vegetarian food. I have to do so many things for him, so I can't take initiation. Okay, Mataji, please wait. You perform, you chant more, you read more, continue this. Anyhow, you are not away from the devotional service. Chanting, reading, you can do anytime, but only some problems are there. You take more time and then you can come to Krishna consciousness. Don't expect everyone to come to Krishna consciousness or be cooperative in your devotional service. Even among devotees also, even in the temple also, there will be some difference in opinions. It will not be always same. Even when you're performing devotional service, within that there will be some difference. Somebody may agree, somebody may not agree for all the activities that we do. So don't think it will become very ideal. Whatever you think, everything will happen once they become devotees. No, that is, the difference is always there. Either within devotional family, or if it is in between devotees and non-devotees. But as much as possible, we should continue. Just don't give up. Just continue. Go on. Prabhupada's life itself, if you take, his wife was not cooperative. She was taking Prabhupada books, selling it, buying tea, biscuits, and eating. And Prabhupada left that family and he continued. But he did not leave in the beginning itself. He took he left it at a right moment only. So what is finally what we can conclude? Just continue. Whatever you're doing now, just continue like that. One day you will get the good opportunity. Is it fine, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
I
Krishna.
have a question, Prabhuji.
Yes.
When today you were saying that when Karma Kanda chapter is finished, then there is a chance for spiritual upliftment. Does it not mean that you can do your duty in the Karma Kanda and also perform your spiritual practice and devotional service? Or is it incomplete, Prabhuji? I just wanted to know. Like finishing the Karma Kanda and then starting off a spiritual upliftment, we don't know whether it is possible or not in this life. So is it not possible that you do your prescribed duties as a Karma Kanda, whatever you have to do, and giving everything to Krishna, Krishna Arpanam, and then you do your spiritual activity, whatever possible? Is it not beneficial like that, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. Devarshi bhutapta nrinam pitranam na kinkaro nayam rinicha rajan sarvatmanaya sharanam gato mukundam parihritya kartam. Whoever performs devotional service to Krishna, he has no rina. There is no debt. He doesn't have debt to his family members, the king, the rishi rina, whatever rina, those all are removed. But if you are not able to take to Krishna consciousness directly, then you need to perform. So Karma Kanda is like the platform which will take you to devotion. Even the Varnashrama system also, it is the one which takes to Krishna consciousness. That itself is not the goal. Following Varnashrama is not the goal of life. Becoming Krishna conscious is the goal of life. Varnashrama is just facilitating it. Similarly, Karma Kanda, as long as you need it, you be in that. But once you are comfortable, then you can give it up. But you need to get proper guidance before taking such decisions. So specifically, you should discuss.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Siddharth Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Very small question. I think we read somewhere that tears, I mean, whenever we see any bhakta who sees the deity, then tears is a minimum kind of a minimum, you can say should roll down. Then only the real bhakti is there. Otherwise we have not gone to that stage. So sometimes it comes, but I get confused of whether it is an emotional thing or is the real one, in the sense, because in many other, like when we read Gita, that time also Prabhupada says that, it is not an emotional thing at all. I mean, the relationship with Krishna or being Krishna conscious is not relation, it's all act. I mean, you have to do a lot of activities and then only it is, which is, of course, the correct one. So this confusion arises. This is actually emotional. I mean, purely emotional thing, or little is there or not. How to actually find out? Hare Krishna.
How to make it black and white. How to distinguish discriminate between who is imitating and who is actually feeling it. Or we ourselves get confused. Sometimes
we ourselves get confused.
When I hear some kirtan, tears comes from my eyes. So is it some Raganuga or Bhakti? You may get some doubt like that. Is that
or is that nothing? That's my question.
Yeah,
It's just
okay. So this question, how you can analyze is, it is not only the attraction, but also the repulsion which you need to check. You may find two magnets attracting each other, but it doesn't mean that both are magnets. It may be one among them will maybe iron. But how you understand, you just make it to ulta, make it repulsive. Is it repulsive? Then both are magnets. Then the test is complete. So if you are only attracting to Krishna, it may not be a complete test for your devotional service. Are you having repulsion for sense gratification? Whenever you get an opportunity for sense gratification, are you running away from it? Are you avoiding it? If yes, then okay. Then we can think about it. Yes, you are genuine. This test will be done by Krishna himself. Whenever you feel like within that, oh, I have not come, now I have become a Raganuga Bhakta, now I have become a Bhava Bhakta, then immediately Krishna will send some opportunity. Okay, give him some money, give him some power, make him the king, make him that, he will do like that. Then now you see how he is acting.
Right.
If you are still continuing in devotional service, yes, definitely you are a genuine person. Now you get some opportunity and you use it, all those opportunity for sense gratification and forget Krishna. Then Krishna is telling you, you are not able to understand. Now what is your condition? Now I have told you, I have shown you what you are. Now you work on it.
Right. I think wonderfully explained. I got the answer.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. Hare
Krishna.
Neeta Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I have two queries.
Yeah.
First one is how to attract Krishna. Like we are attracted towards Krishna. Now how to attract Krishna towards us?
Yeah.
Krishna should be attracted towards us. That is what I want.
Okay. Question is how to attract Krishna. See, Prabhupada says, don't try to see God. Do something so that God will see you. If you want to go and meet Prime Minister of India, it is very, very difficult. It may not be possible. But if the Prime Minister wants to see you, it is very easy. But what you have to do something that it will attract Prime Minister. And attracting Prime Minister may be very difficult for you, but attracting Krishna, but that means doing something which attract Krishna is not very difficult. Follow 4 regulative principles, chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra attentively, attend Mangalarti, be in the association of devotees, eat only Krishna Prasada, read Prabhupada books. It will bring Krishna to you. You don't have to attract Krishna. Krishna automatically get attracted, but you don't do it for attracting Krishna. Do it as a duty.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. One more doubt. We will be celebrating Ganesh festival very soon. So is that fall under Karma Kanda?
How you take it, that is, see, when you are performing the activity in the beginning, it is the karma which will describe your activity. The activity, it is seen by the activity itself. But as you advance, or if you are going to the higher level, it is the intention behind the activity which matters. Gopis also have did the Katyayani Vrata. What is the purpose? To get Krishna as their husband. But that is not forbidden. So when you are going to Ganesha and asking him, please make me the devotee of Krishna, then that is not wrong. Even if you see the Acharyas, they have written songs on glorifying Lord Ganesha. What they have written, oh Ganesha, you are so glorious. You always, being at the lotus feet of the Lord, you remove all the obstacles. Yat pada pallava yugam vinidhaya kumbha dvandve pranama samaye saganadhiraja vignan vihantum alamasya jagatrayasya govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So Lord Brahma himself has glorified Ganesha. So if you're doing in that sense, it's not wrong. But otherwise, if you are going to Ganesha, give me money, give me that, give me this, give me big house, then Ganesha will give you, but it may not be good for you.
Yes. So we should ask for Bhakti.
Yes, Mataji. Whenever you offer obeisances to the demigod, You should say Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
So nice. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Anu Mataji.
Sorry, Prabhuji, last question from my side at least. Prabhuji, I went to Shishganj Gurdwara today, which is in Chandni Chowk today, at morning 3 o'clock. There are a group of ladies near my house who go. They are 6. Prabhuji, is it right or wrong?
Pardon, Mataji, I did not get the point. What you told?
Today I went to Shishganj Gurdwara in Chandni Chowk at 3 o'clock. I attended their morning program.
Okay.
I wanted to go. My paternal grandmother used to take me. I come from a background in Pakistan, West Pakistan. My parents were from West Pakistan, West Punjab of Pakistan. So my father was a pure Hindu. My mother was from a mixed background of both Hindu and Sikh families. So my mother and my paternal grandmothers were from Sikh backgrounds. My father was a Hindu. So they used to take me to Gurdwara. But over the generation of my paternal grandmother and my mother, the link is now lost. I feel like a crow with a peacock feather. I don't belong there. And when I go to temples which are here, again, I feel the same thing, that I do not belong here. So the woman asked me questions. So I said, they asked me about the Delhi ISKCONs and all. So I said, I'm now settled with ISKCON Mangaluru. So, but next time, after 4-5 years, I don't want to tell them that this relation also is now a crow with the peacock feather, that I was like a crow with the one peacock feather moving around thinking I was a peacock. Because there also I felt crow with a peacock feather. And here also I feel as if I do not, culturally, I feel a bit alienated in both the places. So I go there and I feel this is better. I be here and feel some positive things about that place are there. There I feel there are a few better knowledgeable things are here. So I get lagged behind.
छोड़ना नहीं है, जोड़ना है.
वो कैसे होगा?
You don't give up, keep both, but follow the right path.
But it is
follow the chanting, follow the regulatory principles. Krishna will guide you.
So I ate their prasad also, which is nothing but halwa. But the langar consists of onion garlic. But
avoid such things whenever you are breaking the regulatory principles. Otherwise, whatever you are doing is okay, correct.
Because there are also people who have taken Amrit, they don't take non-veg. Only the regular who are not practicing Sikhs, they can take. Otherwise, who are Amrit dhari hote hain, they don't take non-veg. But langar also has onion garlic. If you take it even in the Gurdwara, it has onion garlic, but no egg or no non-veg is there in Gurdwara because it is made by Amrit dharis. So I feel like a crow with a peacock there also. Here also, I get the same feeling that I am a crow with a peacock. I don't fit in both the places. And this is a new thing. ISKCON Mangaluru, I don't even know where the place is. And I said, no, I don't go to these Delhi temples. I'm involved there. So she said, why don't you come here? I said, no, I'm settled there with ISKCON Mangaluru. So these friends of mine, they relaxed and backed off. But underneath, I know I'm feeling at both places a crow.
Continue, Mataji, whatever you are performing, but don't break the regulatory principles. How many rounds you chant?
I chant, Prabhuji.
16?
Yes.
Okay. Continue it and read Prabhupada books. Krishna will guide you. You have to choose any one among them. But that doesn't mean that you have to give up the other one. You take the good things from everything. Understand what you are, because your life you have to choose. Nobody can tell you this is the best for you, but we can only give you some guidance. So that I already given, and in specific, if you want anything to ask, you can ask.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, similar question. I also visit, like I go to Hanuman temple. So in the same line, there we have Gurudwara Bangla Sahib. So I started taking Kada Prasad only because it is without onion and garlic, but I don't take langar anymore. So is it a, is that step right or wrong? I don't know.
See, when there is a gradation. If you want to give the best for Krishna, or some people just want to pass in the exam. Some people want to get first class. Some people want to get distinction marks. So it depends on that. If you want to do the best service to Krishna, then eat only Krishna Prasadam. But otherwise, okay, Krishna has not told not to eat Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. But at the same time, it has to be offered to Krishna if it should be completely karma free. Otherwise, it may have some karma, which you may need to suffer. But at the same time, it is not very big sin also. Sometimes what happens when we go out, we may eat some milk or some fruits. As much as possible, it has to be offered. Otherwise, there is no much sin, or occasionally if you're taking, it is just for one time, but don't make it as a habit.
Yes. Thank you.
Hare
Krishna.
Okay, if there are no more questions, then shall we end the meeting here today? Okay, I thank all the devotees for coming to the session today and actively participating in the discussions. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Krishna Kur ki jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.